Great skills again by him. Oh, marvellous goal by Lewis.
Welcome to the Rangers Journey.
Hello everyone, welcome to the pre-match pod for Rangers game against St Mirren this evening. Ibrox, it is cold out there. I don't know if you've been out today, but I've just been out to the garage and my goodness, it is cold. I don't want to be one of those players this evening. Stevie, I'll come to you first, mate. I love that top. That's the Gaza top, isn't it?
Evening, mate. Evening, lads. Evening, everybody. Yeah, it's probably my favourite ever Rangers top. So, aye, just slightly below the 9-0 one, but aye, it's a bit tight after the last few days. Let me tell you, too much food.
And when you got it the first time, did you have your hair bleached blonde as well?
I did, aye.
I'll come round, Marty, as well. How are you this evening, mate? I like that baseball cap, actually.
Thank you. It was a Christmas present from the other half, so I suppose I may as well wear it for the pod as well as the Rangers Journal hoodie. So
Rangers Journal.
Got to make an effort.
Last but not least, Andrew, this is your first pod on with us. Welcome. How are you this evening from far ashore or far away from us?
From Warsaw, yeah. No, I'm doing well. I don't know if I'm really looking forward to the game, but overall, I'm good. It's good to be on.
Good stuff, Stevie. I'll start with yourself, seeing as you're next to me in the screen. It's I would say out of the games this week, this is probably the one I would most or least concerned about, I guess you would say. I do think we will take the points this evening. We don't seem to score enough goals, so it could be another one of those tight, one goal in it type of affair. But we are keeping them out at our end, at least. We're keeping clean sheets.
100%. He's definitely arrested that issue. So we're far more solid, we're more compact. I kept thinking about still game Winston. He's got this quote about, to me anyway, Danny Rule, he runs a tight ship, whereas previously it was a shite tip under Martin. So he's definitely, we've got us organised, much more improved. And I think now we're actually starting to create chances, whereas before we weren't even creating chances. We're still missing them, but I think the progression is there. I'm quite nervous about the night, because to me it seems like a kind of pivotal night, especially with them along at Motherwell. If we get the 3 points, who knows what's going to happen now? We could go into the weekend with a chance to actually go above them. So to me, this could be like an absolute pivotal night for the whole season. So yeah, just a repeat of Saturday would be fine for me. Grind out a 1-0, 3 points clean sheet, ideal. Just get the 3 points, do our job, and then we'll see what happens along the road in Motherwell.
Yeah, Marty, we talked in the pod last night about the physicality that St Mirren have and how we maybe don't necessarily match up to that particularly well. We're going to need to rely on players like Mikey Moore. Doug's pulling up the starting lineup for us right now, so I'll let you talk over that as I put it on the screen. Let's get your thoughts.
Wow. What is that to say? We might have an issue up front again. It's nice to see that we've got a bit of pace with Gassama one side and Moore the other, by the looks of it. I do agree with you that our strength is going to be a bit of a problem defensively against that, with them having such strong players physically. Suter back, that's an interesting move. Obviously wanting his physical side more than what we've had with Jigga being away. So it's an interesting setup. Hopefully it's one that will work. It's got to be better than the last performance, that's for sure.
No, before I come to you, Andrew, let me read it out for people maybe just listening. So in goes Butland. We've got Tavernier, Suter, Fernandez, Magoma, Raskin, Diamandi, Asgard, Moore, Gassama, Chamiti. First thing at the gate for me, I guess it's Tav starting at right back. But what do you think?
The first thing that stands out to me is, where is Sterling? He's not on the bench either. Yeah, that's a little bit of a concern. I mean, maybe he's being rested ahead of the match coming up against Celtic, but you'd think he would be on the bench still. So that's a little bit of a worry. I can see Scotty in the comments delighted that we might see some Matondo mania. So we'll see. We'll see about that. Overall, with the starting 11, I mean, we've been saying since Rule arrived, all he can do is work with the players he has. this is one of the best 11s he can put out, sadly. So hopefully Moore and Gassama can make something happen, because we know Chermiti won't. So yeah, we'll see.
Okay, Andrew, let me stay with you. Do you think it's the setup is just a 4-3-3, or is it going to be a variation of that, do you think?
I think it could be 4-2-3-1 with Asgard in the 10 position, but I mean, two slightly different variants of the same thing there. I think so, yeah. It will be a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, one of the two.
Stevie, two two worrying things is, again, Diamandi and Asgard. They've not done it. I mean, okay, Asgard got a tap in at the other day there, fair enough. But in the game, I don't think he was particularly involved. And Diamandi, for me, was a liability. But, once he loses the ball, he snaps at the player and gets himself either a free kick or a yellow card.
Yeah, I'm a wee bit worried about Connor Barron being on the bench as well. We've just lost a lot of our industry in the middle of the park. He's been our best player by a mile recently, so a wee bit concerned there. But I guess you have to just hope that he's getting rested for the weekend. Same with Sterling, like Andrew was covering there. That's got to be your hope, and hopefully we don't need Barron. They both need to really step up. Maybe tonight's the night. Maybe an assist or a goal for one or even both. Because Asgard, as you said, he's got the goal at the weekend, but maybe played a wee bit better. But ultimately, Moore and Gassama, I think they're the two guys that are going to win us the game tonight. They really seem to be coming into form. Gassama was definitely improved at the weekend, and Moore seems like he's flying. So, yeah, as long as Raskin and Diamond are solid tonight, because they're going to have to be without Barron there. If they can provide the platform for Moore, Gassama, and Asgard to actually go out there and provide some creativity, that would be good. Because Chermiti up top, he doesn't really fill any of us with much confidence, does he?
Marty, what is Stevie saying there is like maybe it's time for certain players to step up. I feel like we're saying that every week when we see them on the team sheet that this could be the week, but they continually don't step up, certainly not to the standard.
No, they don't. I mean, it's a shame really, the fact that we've got so many players in the team that don't seem to understand what comes with the jersey. It's rather disappointing that the recruitment in the summer's not made us any better. It's actually made us worse. So it's a good thing that January's coming up, because it looks like Danny's got a few plans and there's players that have already been told that they're going to be out the door. So I do agree with Andrew there that this is probably the best lineup he could have given us with the players he's got available to him. But again, we've got the same issue of Chermiti, who doesn't know where the goal is. And I agree with Stevie. It's a loss to see Barron on the bench. He's been the glue that's holding the middle of the pitch and helping out defensively and attacking. So it's a concern that the way the team is at the moment. And obviously, I agree as well with Diamandi. He seems to be hit and miss where he sees red and he'll go flying into a tackle. And there's been a few that you've maybe gone, ooh, okay. So I think we definitely need a good start against St Mirren. If we don't, I think we might have a few problems tonight.
Andrew, Chermiti starting and Barron not starting and Sterling not being involved at all, you maybe could be suspicious that it's maybe a team with the weekend in mind, but I don't think it is when you see Moore and Gassama starting.
Maybe. I did say I think it's our best possible 11. I take that back slightly, because Barron would be part of our best possible 11. But I do think it's a good idea to rest him ahead of the game against Celtic. St Mirren, our physical team, I wouldn't want to risk anything happening to Barron in a game that theoretically should take care of itself. I don't know if it will be that easy. We haven't beat St Mirren for 4 games. But Chermiti, I mean, the thing is, like, which one of our strikers is good? I mean, Majowski is all right, I guess. He showed it at Aberdeen that he's a decent player. Had a couple of decent games for us, but is he really a difference maker? I'm not so sure. So, as much as I get wound up by Chermiti, I mean, who else is going to play? Danilo, Majowski? We're stuffed either way with these 3.
No, I understand. Stevie, we'll start for the back and build forward for there. Sterling not involved at all. Obviously screams to me that he's maybe had a relapse in injury. because that back four, I think, would be mine if it was him instead of Tav. I know he prefers probably to play at centre half, but I think you've got to kind of, like, he's better than Tav at right back, and we need that kind of position solid, at least against a team that are going to be quite physical. But disagree with me if you think I'm wrong here.
No, I do agree. I think Sterling would be perfect for right back, although having just come back for like such a long-term injury, I was quite happy to see him playing centre back because he's not doing as many like long busting runs up and down the pitch. If you see a recurrence or like pick up something else with the amount of kind of travelling that he's got to do. So to me, him coming back at centre back was perfect. But maybe it's just illness, maybe it's not an injury, maybe it's just a wee 24-hour bug or something, and they're just not taking the chance. That'll be the best situation. But yeah, I know what you mean for that physicality. Sterling's just, I think he can play him anywhere along the back line or in the middle of the park. He's got so much kind of determination and drive that you're kind of happy to see him. I think the fact that we've been so poor with guys like Jigger, earlier in the season, as soon as Sterling stepped back in, it was just such a big jump in class. Even though he wasn't fit, you could see the difference in the pedigree of the player. So yeah, hopefully he is back at the weekend. But Tav's really overdue a good game. He's been kind of off form for about a month now, so maybe tonight's the night he's going to actually, get back to like what we're used to seeing. Assist, a goal, penalty maybe. That'd be nice. We never get penalties these days, do we? Something else actually that's going to worry me. I want to see a decent refereeing performance tonight, because whenever we seem to get close to an Old Firm game or into the Old Firm game, strange things start to happen. Our players get kicked in the head and it's not a red card, and these decisions seem to go against us. So hopefully get a decent set of officials tonight. It doesn't come down to like controversy. We just get kind of regulation too. I'd be happy with 1-0, but I would like to see us score early and maybe get a couple more goals just to build that confidence going into the weekend. That would be my ideal scenario.
Mark, Stevie mentions Giga there. He is away at the African Cup of Nations, but not started a game, and he's been kept out of the team by, I believe, quite an older player who's plays for a team that's bottom of the Qatari league at the moment. Not a good reflection. I know he's not involved tonight, and it's a pre-match, so maybe don't spend too long on it. But it's a bad reflection on that signing.
Yeah, I was a little bit concerned when I seen that. Obviously, it's an area that I used to live in, so I do know a lot about the club. I've even done charity matches for them. So I was a little bit surprised that we were going for a player that was ranked so lowly in a team that's bottom of the English Premiership. So yeah, it was a bit of a concern. And obviously, he didn't start great either, like Andrew said. And I was one of those that was get him gone sooner the better. He has improved ever so slightly, but again, he's nothing compared to players like Sterling, who can do the job far better than he can. So yeah, I'm quite happy to see him away, actually. Whether he's getting game time or not is irrelevant to me. He's not going to be missed, we'll put it that way.
I agree. Before I come back to you, Andrew, let me just say mention to our sponsors, because I forgot to do it at the beginning of the pod, and that is the Bluebells pub in Puerto del Carmen, Lanzarote. If you are in Lanzarote, and in particular Puerto del Carmen, it is the only Rangers bar in Puerto del Carmen. So if you want to chill out, if you want to drink, if you want to party, if you want to have food, if you want to watch the Rangers games, all can be done there. So please go and check them out. And please mention, if you do go, that we sent you. So thank you very much for the Bluebells for sponsoring the pod. Andrew, looking into the midfield, Raskin owes us a game, doesn't he? He owes us a Barron performance.
He owes us a whole season worth of games, I would say. He's been pretty poor all season. And we need a big performance from him, if not tonight, especially against Celtic. Yeah, he's been poor. I mean, there's been a lot of talk of a big move for him in the summer following a big World Cup, but I can't see him having a big World Cup at this rate. I know it seems to be, I don't really watch international football myself, but by all accounts, he's incredible for Belgium. Why can't we see that at Ibrox? We need to see more. We need to see more from Diomande as well. Both of these players have showed in flashes that they're very talented, but there's been no consistency from either of them their whole careers at Rangers, and that's not good enough, especially not for a Belgian international. It's not good enough. As for Asgard, I don't know. It's a lot of pressure moving from, it was what, Luton Town he was at before, wasn't it? It's a big jump up to Rangers in terms of, well, everything, right? Fan expectation, stature, 50,000 people in the stands. I've got a bit more empathy for him, which might be controversial to say, to be honest. But with Raskin and Diomande, we need more. We need more from both of them. Hopefully we'll see more today.
Stevie, just on the Asgard point, Andrew could be quite right there, but this wasn't a window we could really have afforded to bleed in these type of players that maybe need to realise the expectation that's going to be on their shoulders. We needed a few other kind of leaders in there, and hopefully, and what day is it? Is it 30th today? Hopefully in 2 days' time we can start to bring someone with that type of temperament, character into the club.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think we need about 4 or 5 of those types of characters. Really lacking in that department for far too long. So, I mean, I think the only guy that I really look at I guess is Barron. He's probably the only guy I think, he's a potential leader there. Butland's obviously got a lot of criticism for his mistake last week, but overall this season he's been excellent. Sorry, somebody in the comments there said he'd rather have Dill instead of Dio in midfield. I need to get a drink after reading that plus Matondo said too much for me. I mean, I'm not a big Dio fan, but I don't want to see Dill in the Rangers team, not a chance. Yeah, but that's what you're saying there is leadership. That's essentially what we're doing. I would say it's really difficult to buy players in January, but we really need a spine in a team, like a really good centre back, another full back, left back, and the number 6 and a striker. But it's those type of players are difficult to get at the best of times. In January, it's almost impossible. So if we can get 4, decent pedigree players in January, I would be delighted. As you say, I don't know if we can actually do business on the first, but that would be an ideal scenario. But I'm a wee bit more patient. I think if it's the first couple of weeks of January, so be it. There's still another 4 or 5 months of football to go. To me, a win tonight and don't lose at the weekend. Just stay in touch. I mean, win would always be amazing, but just stay in touch, remain unbeaten in these few games, and then we see how the kind of second half of the season sets up, because there's still a lot of football to play.
To be honest, Stevie, there's no excuses for not bringing players in. Hearts, I believe, have got 3 already coming in the 1st of January, so there's no reason why we couldn't have. We knew we needed them, so there's no reason why we couldn't have had that set up already. Marty, let me come to you, and we'll just talk briefly on the bench. Kelly, Enciala, Aarons, Dowell, Barron, Curtis, Matondo, Cameron, and Danilo. I mean, Dowell and Matondo on that bench, mate. Hopefully, we're not turning to them to salvage anything this evening.
No, I certainly hope not. I mean, if we do, then I would rather see Matondo than Dowell. I agree with Stevie. Dowell shouldn't be anywhere near a Rangers shirt again. He's never been good enough when he has played. So the further he stays away from the starting 11, the better, really. Aarons could possibly come on at some point. Danilo will probably come on if we need a goal. Other than that, Curtis and Cameron maybe have a chance with Barron, but there's 2 or 3 on there that they're there to make numbers up. They're not there for any other reason, really. It's blatantly clear that we're in need of some decent quality, because we've never mind not having it on the pitch, we don't have it on the bench either. So yeah, there's obviously some shortfalls in the team that we've got currently, hence why players like Dowell are even getting on the bench in the first place. So I think there's a few on there that will be nothing more than bench warmers for tonight, and possibility 2 or 3 possibly being brought on depending on the scoreline. But yeah, it's not a great team overall. If you look at the starting 11 and the bench, we've just lacks overall quality. Never mind leadership that Stevie was on about. There's just a lack of quality there. We've not got anybody that's a standout performer that you can say, all right, well, they're going to come on and change the game. There's nobody on that bench that you could say is going to do that for Rangers. Not tonight, anyway. And I think that's probably one of the bigger concerns. Never mind the starting 11. We just don't have any game-changing substitutions, and it's been like that for a while. And obviously, this season has highlighted it even more. I really hope that we can end St Mirren's non-losing run, because I think, including the cup final, they're on 5 games unbeaten. So I really hope we can put an end to that run and put them to the sword. But I do have, unfortunately, some grave concerns, especially with the upcoming game as well. I think there's going to be a lot of focus on that, and I think players might be a little bit distracted by it and not pay attention to the game that they've got at hand.
That's a fair thing to raise, Marty. Right, guys, these pre-matches are meant to just be 15, 20-minute chat about the lineup and the game. So I'll just go around the guys. I'm going to do it's not different, but I thought of a new question. Andrew, what do you think the score prediction is, and who do you think our man of the match will be tonight?
Oh, it's hard to say with this mob, isn't it? Let's go with 2-1 Rangers and Mikey Moore, man of the match.
Fair dues. Marty, I'll come back round you. Andrew, thank you very much. Great pod, great debut to your pod here. Hopefully you're on quite a few more. Marty, same question to you. Score predictions and your predicted man of the match. Don't say Jack Butland.
There's a high possibility of that, actually. For the point of the fact that we've been keeping clean sheets, I'll go 2-0. Moore, probably man of the match if he performs like he has been recently.
Fair dues. And Stevie, finally to yourself. I mean, there's a comment there about Rabbi Matondo getting a winning goal or getting a goal when he comes on. There's nothing that said. It's just that the consistency with him has been the problem. Not that he can't do it, on occasion. He scored those 2 goals against Hibs and then against Celtic, top corner. Was last season, wasn't it? Was it season before? Oh, I think it was actually the season before, which is crazy. And so it's quite possible he does something. I mean, we'll live in hope. But anyway, your predicted scoreline and our man of the match.
I mean, the lads have stolen my thunder. I think Moore, definitely man of the match. But if they've said him, I'm going to go for Gassama. Hopefully on the other side he can really light it up. That'd be brilliant. It's funny you see Matondo coming off the bench. Aaron comes off the bench and scores a goal. The roof is coming off my house. I'm waiting for that guy to score a goal. I think tonight, you never know, might be the night. But 3-0 Rangers, Gassama man of the match.
Good stuff, good stuff. Well, I'm not going to say because Mikey Moore, I think they might target more than anyone else and possibly keep him out the game to a degree. So I'm going to go Raskin finally pulls out the performance that he owes us and gets man of the match. Does he score? I don't know. I don't know if I can go that far. But yeah, I agree with you, Marty, 2-0. And I think that'll do us for the pre-match pod. Guys, thank you very much for the comments at the side. We do read them all. Don't get a chance to put them all on the screen, but thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed to us over at YouTube, and maybe you're watching on Twitter, please think about going over to YouTube. It actually helps the channel out monetarily if you do it on YouTube. And we appreciate that. So hope the team wins the season. Hope the team does win the season. Hope your team wins tonight. I hope we have a comfortable game, and we'll catch you after the match. Jock is going to be doing the post-match as well. So every night is a Rangers Journal night. See you soon.
Every night is the Rangers Journal night.